Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day because I have a great video planned for you. So, will everyone believe what they read on the internet? More importantly, will Marvel fans believe everything they read on the internet? Ever since Spider-Man No Way Home release, my Instagram Explore page has been filled with endless rumors about the next big Marvel movie or just facts about previous ones. And are they true? I don't know. It's always funny when you're on Instagram and you come across a screenshot of someone's Twitter crediting someone else's Twitter account who wrote an article using quotes from an interview that a different website had with the VFX supervisor, where you find out the scene wasn't actually originally 15 minutes long, it just at one point could have been 15 minutes long. That's what a lot of these facts are. It's, oh, Venom could have been in the final fight. Well, yeah, obviously he could have been. He wasn't, and who knows even how long they were considering it. Other times the source, if they even have a source, is just a faceless Twitter account, and it's like, where did they get this information from? They'll say things like, I've also heard this. Like from what? Are you just hanging around Sony headquarters waiting for someone to slip up? So I had this idea. I want to make an Instagram account. Basically, I want to come up with rumors and facts and make little graphics for them and put them on this Instagram and see how much I can grow the account and see if I can get at least some people to actually believe it's true. So yeah, I'll talk to you when I talk to you next. I've been working a little bit. I'm in the same position. It's a little darker outside. I haven't necessarily gotten as much done as I wanted to. I have created a fake logo and a fake account. I've also created the first fake post. I'll keep you guys updated definitely, and I will see you in the next clip. Hello everyone. It is currently day 2. I have 3 ones I made about Marvel things and 1 about DC, just because I feel like Marvel's what's hottest right now, so it might get the most traction, but I'll try to sprinkle in a couple other things. I made 1 about Morbius because it just got delayed. I feel like that's a good like slowly move into spreading false rumors. That sounds so bad to say. I'm not a bad person, I swear. It's just a social experiment, bro. Then I'm gonna follow a bunch of people and see if I get any follows back. I'll try to use hashtags, see if I can grow stuff. And then yeah, if anything significant happens again today, I will update you again today. Welcome back everyone. It is currently day 4, I believe. It's been a semi-eventful past couple of days, so just to get it started off, I have 43 followers, which is honestly pretty good. My posts aren't getting that many likes. I guess this one has 6, so not bad. But yeah, just a couple things that happened. I got a DM from Sia that says, "Hi there, Pop. I'm sorry if I'm bothering you, but I thought that since you seem to like scooters too, I'd share my favorite brand on Insta, Unagi Scooters. Unagi Scooters content is incredible, and their scooters are just... I thought you'd enjoy their stuff too. Feel free to check them out." And so she said their content is incredible. I checked it out and yeah, it looks pretty good. But yeah, as for content that actually has to do with the video, I posted something last night and within seconds I got a comment from someone saying promote it on and then put an ad. Hi Zeus. I know things like this are usually a scam or they want money from you. So I just DM'd him and I said, "Hey, what's up? I was just wondering what it took to be featured." And he said, "Hey, welcome to Universal Marvel. We are here to promote Marvel characters and goodies." I'm not sure what goodies are. "So would you like to get featured on our worldwide network?" Which is a pretty mundane statement because any Instagram could be seen as a worldwide network because posts go to everywhere around the world. I said, "That sounds like it would be lovely." Just like a copy and paste of this long ass thing describing the different packages that they have. There's bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. Yeah, basically each one is a different price, but it also says like bronze story, so you just get a story posted on their account. It has the amount of money, $22. On sale from $25, and it says 300 to 600 followers. I don't know if that means that's how many it's gonna get you, because I don't know how you can guarantee something like that. There's Universal Marvel, which is this one, and then there's DC Empire, which that account doesn't exist. So he sent that, and then right after said, so which package would you like to go with? And then just seeing if I could, I don't know, bargain. I said, is there a free trial perhaps? Knowing there's not a free trial. He said, no dear, we will give you some discount because of your first deal. And I said, like what? Which would you like to do? And I said, just buying into it, what kind of discount would you be willing to offer with silver? He said, $25 only for you, which is a common selling tactic. I said, what is the payment accepted through? Because if he's like, just give me your credit card number, that's a scam for sure. But he said, how would you like to pay by PayPal or card? So after he sent that, I said I would have to sleep on it to think about it. And he said his email, which I should probably blur out. He said, pay to this and send me confirmation screenshot of payment so we can proceed further now, heart. Then a few minutes later, he said, have you still not paid? But I was like, bro, I said I would have to think about it. And he said, what happened, dear? Is there any issue or you are confused about the service? Calling me dear again. And I was like, I just have to think about it. IDK if I want to spend the money yet, love. Just because he was being nice, I thought I'd return the favor. And he just said, it's your choice. I'm like, yeah, I know it's my choice, bro. So I was going through my Explore page and I found this account called Superhero Buzz YT, and he posted something. It's a tweet of his saying Sony Pictures is now developing a new Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield team-up movie, which bullshit. The overwhelming majority of people were like, whoa, that'd be so dope. But then someone said source, and he said, check out my last post. I took screenshots of the article. So he just posted a screenshot of an article that doesn't have any sources. So if you go to the article, it's on this website called Geekosity, and the article is just written by like a guy. Like, I don't know what his credibility is, but there's no source of anyone specifically from Sony saying anything. There's no quotes from anybody. It's just him writing an article about how Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are gonna be in a new movie together. And and the best part is he says that the movie is gonna be called Spider-Men. Spider-Men. Can you believe that? Even if this did happen, it being called Spider-Men would be probably the stupidest decision they could make about anything. And then this, Netflix is developing a Squid Game movie. Like, based on what? I can guarantee you they have nothing to prove. There are discussions on how the series will move forward. In fact, there's possibility of a third season. There's not even a second season yet. Nor do we have information if any characters from the original show will return. It even has no release date as of this time. Anyone who watches Squid Game will have many questions when they reach the end. Blah, 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 blah. What is that? What is happening? It's some sort of Squid Game video. It literally starts with them describing Squid Game and what it is. Then under the headline, Netflix is developing a Squid Game movie, where you think they're actually going to talk about the Squid Game movie. They don't talk about it. Like, there's literally nothing to back it up. And I know that's journalism nowadays, sadly. But like, I don't know. It's just annoying. I honestly don't even know where this video is going at this point. If anything more significant or interesting happens, I'll let you guys know. I definitely am not in the place I thought I would be when I started this, and Instagram account, I'm not doing that anymore. Instead, I'm gonna be taking a deep dive, a deep-ish dive, as deep as I could dive. If you remember earlier, I talked about that website Geekosity. I actually found out that it's owned by a guy named Mikey Sutton, and he is a well-known scooper in the world of leaks and rumors, but he's not always the most credible, is what I found out. It really just started by me just looking up to see if the guy who wrote that article about the Spider-Man team-up movie was legit in any way, and it started off not so great. He's not reliable. He is a massive liar who just makes stuff up. He's the epitome of a bad source. Do not believe a word he says. And oh god no. And Mikey Sutton at least has a history of cons if Ripoff Report is of any indication. And I will get into that, what he's talking about there, but just right off the bat, not the best words to say about him. So who is Mikey Sutton? Sutton is generally considered among the most well-known scoopers. His accurate reports have included both Sony Marvel Studios deals for Spider-Man, the second of which shot him to global prominence, Black Panther and Spider-Man in Civil War, Benedict Cumberbatch and Brie Larson in the MCU, the Fox Disney deal, and the Snyder Cut on HBO Max. Sutton has been written about in Rolling Stone, NME, the Daily Mail, Yahoo News, and CBR. His leaks have been regularly featured on various YouTube channels with millions of subscribers. I was curious as to see if these scoops that he had were legit or not, and like the accuracy of him actually being the first to report these things. It was actually like really difficult to find the articles of him reporting these things, so I was only able to find a couple from Yahoo News, everyone's favorite news source. This is what they quoted from Geekosity, his website. Scoop: Disney wants to buy Spider-Man. Alright, hello everyone. Just to cut in real quick, it turns out I was actually wrong. That report I had about him saying that Disney was gonna buy Sony actually was after the Sony and Disney agreement was made, so that was just a different thing he was reporting that didn't end up happening. To make this as accurate as possible, I just wanted to go back and actually find out what he reported about the Sony Disney deal. So August 20th is when the news broke that Sony and Disney couldn't reach an agreement, and that for the time being, Disney and Kevin Feige weren't going to be involved with future Spider-Man movies. 7 days later, on the 27th, is when Sutton posted on Facebook, adding what seems like something, but it really turns out to be like nothing when it boils down to it. He said in a week's time, Sony and Disney would reach an agreement. This is the closest they've been. They're going back and forth, and that things are looking positive. But he's not really saying anything we don't know already. He didn't add anything. He didn't say exactly when things were going to happen. The only thing significant, if you can even call it that he told us, other than it's happening in a week, which didn't end up happening, is that things were looking positive, which could have just been a guess. And even if things didn't end up happening, then he could have just said that things fell through at the last minute, so it's kind of just a win-win for him. Alright, then on September 5th, another article was written, this time with a different screenshot from Sutton's Facebook, where he basically just explains Sony is doing a business move called The Takeaway, where they're putting pressure on Disney so that they take an inferior deal. According to Sutton, this is business 101, so everyone should know this. So while he's putting himself on this pedestal explaining how much he knows about business, he's also basically just confirming that he doesn't know any more than we do, and that anyone could have just read between the lines and seen this. Just another way he likes to put himself like above other people. He likes to claim that even when others were claiming that the deal was closed, like he was the one who was like, no, it's gonna happen. Just because some places were reporting that the deal was closed doesn't mean that there weren't other people who still thought that they were going to reach an agreement. That just means that there weren't people on Facebook bragging about how they knew more about the situation than they actually did. He's acting like he's the only person that knew or thought that Sony and Disney were going to come to a deal, when that's definitely not true. Also, just because a website says for the moment the door is closed doesn't mean that they're wrong or that they don't think the deal will be met. It just means that they're just literally reporting what the Sony CEO said. Yeah, so I found a Facebook post posted by him. I was right. I was the first person to tell you that Sony and Disney were secretly working on a new deal. My post exploded worldwide because I was reporting the truth. Sony and Disney have agreed on a new deal for Spider-Man in the MCU. It's official. Thank you for believing me. Okay, well, what about the Fox Disney deal that he supposedly reported on? I found a tweet that he tweeted saying, I first reported the Disney Fox deal in July 2015, just sucking himself off that much more. This is his scoop. The X-Men are coming to the MCU. I've held on to this scoop for a few weeks now, but it's time to let the dog out. Fox and Marvel Studios are in discussions to collaborate for a film that would unite the Avengers and the X-Men planned for 2020. As you know, Fox will reboot the X-Men franchise after Bryan Singer leaves with X-Men Apocalypse, and what better way to do that than in the MCU? Wrong? No, none of... Literally none of that happened. First of all, if we were to dissect this, he said that he reported on the Fox Disney deal. This doesn't mention Disney buying Fox. It says Fox and Marvel Studios are in discussions to collaborate. There's not even any mention of Disney anywhere. The Avengers X-Men film is planned for 2020. It's 2022 now, and that still hasn't happened. It also says Fox will reboot the X-Men franchise after X-Men Apocalypse, and guess what? That didn't happen either because they made another shitty X-Men movie. Basically, he's wrong. As for like everything else that he reported first, I really couldn't find anything, but the Benedict Cumberbatch and Brie Larson in the MCU, as I was trying to find him reporting it first, I just found on the website comicbookmovie.com literally just a plethora of articles being written of people being like, oh, this actor's gonna be Doctor Strange. No, this actor's gonna be Doctor Strange. This actor's gonna be Doctor Strange. Literally any actor you can think of that isn't in the MCU already, people were speculating were gonna be Doctor Strange. So it's just one of those things like a broken clock is right twice a day. Sure, Mikey Sutton, I'm sure he gets that things right sometimes. You're just throwing shit at the wall and seeing if it sticks. And this time he happened to be like, oh, Benedict Cumberbatch is gonna be who plays Doctor Strange in the MCU. Who knows if he reported on other people, if they were going to be him first. Of all these people guessing who's going to play him, one of them is bound to be right. It's more impressive when they get something right than all the shit that they get wrong. I found a comment on a YouTube channel that says Mikey Sutton looks like someone Chris Hansen would know. And I'm not going to say anything, but I'll just let you be the judge of that. As far as I know, he has a private Facebook group that's invite only, where he shares his scoops, and I don't know if you just have to be a part of it to get these, to write articles about them or what. I found an article from pretty recently actually, because it's when the No Way Home trailer came out. He wrote, that's probably not Doctor Strange in the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. Who is it then? Don't groan, it's Mephisto. Guess what? It wasn't Mephisto. Then he said, in December 2020, I leaked that Mephisto would appear in Spider-Man No Way Home. And if you go back to that, it's just an article, just his theories for the movie. But he says it's apparently going to be driven by how MJ feels about her boyfriend being Spider-Man and how dangerous it is going to be for her now that his identity is out in the open. The villains are going to be coming for MJ in order to hurt or get to Peter, which is a pretty easy guess. Like if you were going to guess a plot, like that's the plot of every superhero franchise at some point. That actually didn't happen either, so it was wrong anyway. Yeah, then he says there will be a major reveal in Spider-Man 3. The demonic villain Mephisto will appear towards the end of the movie and will continue through into Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. That did not happen. This guy is supposedly more than just a fake rumor and scooper. As mentioned before, someone said something about ripoff report. I think from what I gathered, it's basically just where people can put their reports of them being ripped off. Pretty riveting commentary, right? But this is what has to be said about Mikey Sutton on this website. It doesn't say who the person is, so we don't know if this is true or not. So take this with a grain of salt. But this is one person's supposed report on Mikey Sutton. Okay, so I realize that me reading a report for 4 minutes is boring, so instead I'll try to summarize it as fast as I can. An indie musician was contacted by Sutton in 2007 to help push his CD by writing articles in prominent publications and radio spots, with the radio spots never happening. The musician had spoken to Sutton on the phone, where they had several delightful conversations where he seemed knowledgeable and connected. To further get him on board, Sutton said he would be able to book him tours in the UK, so he sent him a check for $1,000 for everything he was promised. He didn't end up hearing from Sutton for a month and was given various excuses as to why. After 2 more months of nothing, he finally found 2 articles were written about him in unheard of publications called Hellhound on My Trail and Twangtown that both turned out to be WordPress sites that Sutton had created himself, meaning nothing. He finally sent an email a few months later confronting Sutton, saying he thinks he's been scammed, met with more excuses. He contacted the FBI and filed a police report, but the dollar amount was too low to take action. He basically just gave up because because he had an incident with cancer and, you know, he had to worry about that. He said he had read numerous posts on the website he was contacted through by Sutton of people experiencing the same thing, but none wanted to pursue anything because of the work involved. He adds that while not having proof for this next part, it is suspicious. Sutton's wife is from the Philippines, and at one point the musician was a victim of identity theft and his credit cards were being used to wire money to the Philippines. So no proof of Sutton being involved, but it is pretty coincidental. Bottom line, don't even think of doing business with this guy. He's perfectly content to take advantage of an indie musician's optimism and trust. If there's a hell, I hope he roasts there. There's no excuse for what he did. He has a serious lack of conscience and in the end really wasn't all that creative with his excuses. Obviously, like I said, that's one person's report. There's not really much of a reason for him to go out and attack this guy who's not even in the grand scheme of anything that significant. Hello everyone, it's Editing Zach here. I guess a good takeaway from this is like, I think so much has just come out of this like whole culture of like speculation and rumors and everything. And I know it can be like fun to speculate, like come up with theories and everything, but the thing is like the MCU is planned very far ahead and not many people, if at all any people other than Kevin Feige, know exactly what's gonna happen. So to have these people claim that they know what's gonna happen, it's like there's a difference between speculation and just straight up lying that you know what's gonna happen. For people like Soups, like I get annoyed by Soups sometimes, but it's basically just like, I don't know, at a point it's like just wait for the movie to come out. I know it's fun to be like, ooh, Mephisto's gonna be in WandaVision, but it's like just wait. Just enjoy the movies that come out, because if you're hyping something up so much and it doesn't happen, then it can just disappoint you. And it can turn what was a good movie or show into something like subpar in your eyes because it didn't pan out exactly. As for people like Mikey Sutton, who are just like profiting off of making shit up and lying about it and just poor journalism all around, yeah, no, they're not cool. And just the fact that he holds himself up to this such high esteem, like, I did this, I predicted this, I got this right, when usually he didn't even get it right. I don't know, I feel like it was kind of like a journey to get to this point where it was. It's like over a few days, but as it stands, that's basically it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.